Hi guys, this is Radwa from CxO with another episode of CxO Talk. CxO is a knowledge sharing platform which gives us an opportunity to connect with networking and business opportunities. Today we have a really special guest, Mr. Hammad Latif, CEO at HCL Consultants. Thank you, Sir Hammad. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for being here. How are you doing?
I am great, Radha. Thank you for inviting me to this talk and to share my experiences and journey with you. I'm doing great. How are you, by the way?
I'm really good, thank you. Okay, so let's do it. Um, can you tell us about your journey so far? We're really excited to hear about that.
Okay, so my journey started 10 years ago uh, as a finance professional. It started 10 years ago. I started ACCA in 2007. I did my metric and then I joined FSC pre-medical, and I was actually supposed to be a doctor, but I did not get good grades for a medical college. Yeah, and then I pursued finance, and I joined CAT. There used to be a certification CAT. It's not there anymore, and it was a really good certification. So I joined that and completed it in 1 year, and then I joined ACCA and completed my ACCA in 2 years. And in 2013 to 2017, I was in an accounting firm for 4 years. Then I joined a manufacturing company and I stayed there for 3 years as their lead accounting and finance. Then I joined an IT company, stayed there for 2 years as their head of finance. Then I joined Sapphire Fibers uh, as a head of group head internal audit. Stayed there for 1 year, and then I decided to start my own consulting firm.
And how is that going? How does HCL work?
It's HLC, by the way.
Okay, HLC. I'm sorry, I
No
saw that
problem.
on. Okay, so HLC.
Yeah.
So how
So
does that work?
it's going great. We just started a year ago. I started this full time not more than 6 months ago. In I left my job in mid of December last year, December 22, and this mid of this month it will be 6 months, mid of June 23.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So what do
Yeah.
you think
So
the next 5 years at HLC look like?
in 5 years, well, what's planned is, and what I think we will be doing is, we will have, I think, two offices, one in Middle East and one in Europe, in addition to Pakistan office. And I hope we will be a team of more than 50 people, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. So,
Inshallah.
can you tell us what sparked your interest in, the finance field?
Uh, uh, as I just shared, there was nothing special that sparked my interest in finance. I was actually a student of medical, and I could not get good grades for a medical college. Uh, my father pushed a lot to join a medical college on self finance, but I was of the opinion, if I could not join it on merit, then I won't be using money to start that. And I said to my father, why not give me that money to start a business? Uh, and I joined finance, and the reason I think why I joined finance is because my father is an accountant, and one of my uncles is also an accountant, and I sat with these two people for career counseling, what to do next. So I'm not going to a medical college, so what to do next. And by the way, I was uh, I simultaneously studied a degree and a certification. I would go to Punjab College in the morning to do my BCom, and because I was my uncle, he said, if everybody is not able to do ACCA, so a lot of people drop out. So you should also start something which is way easier than ACCA. And I was a student of bachelor's in commerce at Punjab College in the morning, and I would used to attend ACCA classes in the evening. And that was, a really difficult and tough job, because the curriculum of BCom is very outdated. Still old concepts are being taught there, and the ACCA is very, these are very advanced studies. And they also make you study the current issues and the issues of the future as well, which are under discussion. So the really difficult part for me was not to attend classes, was not to be at two places in the same day, but it was to have a mental segregation between two concepts, two different types of concepts, for the same subject or topic. For example, there were different approaches to accounting in bachelor's in commerce, and there was different approaches to accounting standards in ACCA. So that was the really difficult and tough part. But this all, paid out later. And there was this time when uh, a local institute of chartered accountants, they had some issue within an international body, and they publicly announced and directed their registered firms, not to provide training to any foreign accountancy students, to students of any foreign accountancy bodies. Yeah. And then ACCA, I think, took it to CCP, Competition Commission of Pakistan. The issue was resolved in few years, but the year I was passed out, nobody was providing training to ACCA students. Uh, the assurance firms, the accounting firms. But I was, able to join an accounting firm based on my bachelor's, not based on ACCA. So I think it actually paid out later.
So yeah, so see, everything works out for the best. I think so.
Yeah, and
Uh,
there were few subjects which were different, entirely different from, not part of ACCA's curriculum. For example, in bachelor I studied economics, not a lot in detail and depth, but a small amount of it. Economics, same goes with banking. Uh, I think these are the two topics which we did not touch in ACCA. So this also helped later in my life.
See that's the beauty of it. Okay, so
Yeah.
in your experience, what are some effective strategies for managing financial risks, and ensuring long-term sustainability in a company? Taking your
Uh,
company for
That's a really good question, and this is actually what we have built HLC on. So our slogan is creating sustainable value, and a lot of people do not understand this, and a lot of people, only think of sustainability as some environmental issue, but there is also sustainability in terms of finance and your long-term health. And there is this concept in finance, we talk about perpetual succession. So the organizations need to have perpetual succession. They need to continue to grow, and do not close down. So coming back to your question, uh, there are a lot of things and factors which you should consider, ensuring your sustainability and removing the financial risks. Uh, for example, you do not, for a startup, you do not need to become too aggressive. There are ups and downs, and there are times when you have lots of money, and you know uh, all of the income is coming in, uh, all of the cash flows coming into your account, and you are very happy, and you think you are doing very great. And you start thinking, now this is the time to know, going after your dreams. And I thought of this and this and this, and let's do that and that, so because I have money. So financially, what we have to do is, and what we guide and suggest a lot of startups, is that you need to have at least a 6-year plan. You can Anybody can do that in Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. You have to, and it's very simple. You have to put down all of your incomes which you are expecting in the next 6 months, your cash flows, not incomes, and all of the cash outflows which you are expecting in your next 6 months. So just put them on a sheet. Uh, Calculate your opening and closing balances for the next 6 months and see where will you be standing in the next 6 months. Obviously, it will be different from what's actually going to happen, but this will give you a very good idea of uh, whether you should be investing or spending your money aggressively or not. So there's that, and then you also have to have a buffer for future. You need to calculate your burn rate, your monthly burn rate, and then you have to know uh, how much you can go with the existing cash and what's going to come in the next 6 months. So financially, I think you should at least do these two things.
Yeah, and people can learn a lot from that.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what does your everyday, like day to day, look like at HLC as a CEO?
Okay. So it used to be a week ago. It used to be I would spend the first 30 to 45 minutes on social media marketing, but I'm not spending that anymore. And nowadays we are working to revamp our website. Our website uh, is not a reflection of what we are now. We built it 4 5 years ago, and it's not a reflection of what we are today. So we're building a so you know uh, nowadays all of my time is being spent in the website. Apart from that, I'm in charge of business development. So I'm taking on new leads, talking to different clients, uh, and doing sales. This is what I do nowadays.
No, that's a fun thing. Okay, I have another serious question for you. So, how did your financial expertise shape your approach to the leadership role that you have at HLC?
So what I just shared with you, we are we have implemented these both of these things here at HLC, and we do not spend money until we are sure that we will have more inflows in the next 6 months. Uh, you know, a very little percentage of the startups n- stay in the market. A lot of uh, they run out of cash actually. What happens with most of the startups is they run out of cash, and they ultimately have to close down their business. So we also have a 6 year to 1 year plan, and we keep tweaking it. Uh, so but the business is your question is so focused on finance, but the business is not about finance. All of it is not about finance. There are a lot of other aspects to it. There is marketing, there is operations. You have to see the business. uh, Online presence is very important nowadays. You have to be very good at your online presence, because that is the first thing customer comes and see. uh, yeah, it's also about sales. It's also about operations. It's also about HR. It's also about recruiting good team, and training them, guiding them. So it's a lot about other things as well. So it's not only about finance. Finance is just a small part of the business, but it's very important part, but one part of the business.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so tell us, what is the best advice you've ever gotten, and how did that influence your professional life?
So the best advice I have gotten is that you should start your own business. You should not be doing a job.
That's true. Yeah. And
and
that
eh, and here I am.
well, okay. So tell us, if you could go back in time to your younger self, what would you tell him?
So I would tell my younger self few things. Not not be bullied by the corporate goons. Be yourself. Uh, Start learning technology uh, a way earlier than you started. A way earlier than you started, and maybe become an IT professional,
That's
not a
amazing.
finance guy.
Yeah,
Because this is I'm not doing a lot of finance nowadays. We are into ERP consulting, we are into social media marketing, we are into business process automation, and improving business processes. So, very little about finance now.
what inspires you to show up to work every day?
What inspires is me is that I want to build this business. I want it to grow. Be something in future. Be someone in future.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Uh, After work, outside of work, how do you unwind? Do you have any hobbies?
Since I have two kids, one is 2 years old and one is 4 years old, and
MashaAllah.
I love to spend time with them. And I think after after work, the best thing is to sit with them and play with them. This is how I unwind.
That's
Sometimes,
amazing.
go to my parents and spend time with them.
That's the best way you
I
can do it.
Yeah. And what I what and I think wha- I would also spend my time, in learning new technologies, new exploring new applications. Uh, for example, nowadays there is Bard, there is ChatGPT, there are other tools. Bing is there, and new technologies coming in. New ERP applications. New applications that design business process workflows, etc., etc.
That always helps. Okay, so
Yeah.
what would your advice be to finance professionals also aspiring to go to, leadership roles, CEOs, founders?
A lot of students that I've interviewed, uh, they are too focused on finance knowledge, but the business is, and even the finance positions in both in employment and in entrepreneurship. It's not only about the your core knowledge. And I would strongly recommend all of the students aspiring to be finance professionals or becoming entrepreneurs or consultants to invest a lot of time in their skills as well and learn different skills. They might think that it's not relevant to them, but it always helps. For example, you need to know you need to know design, you need to know marketing, you need to know business, you need to know marketing. You need to know self branding, and you need to know a lot of things other than finance. Yes, you should know finance, but you also need to know other things. And one very important skill, you need to know ERP solutions. There
That's
is a lot of content. There are a lot of free certifications. QuickBooks is providing a free certification. Zero is providing a free certification. Odo ERP has free tutorials on their website, and a lot of content on Coursera, on YouTube, a lot of other platforms. So apart from the studies, students should also invest a lot of time, a lot of time. I don't know how to emphasize it more, but a lot of time must be spent in skills.
That's true. That's true. Um, okay, I think we're getting to the end.
Okay.
So tell us, what do you think about the utility of forums like CXO?
Oh, it's really great. I did not realize it until I became a part of it. I'm connecting with a lot of great people, sharing and exchanging knowledge with great persons. You know, there's this guy in Islamabad I connected with. He wants uh, to provide practical training to their students during their studies, and we exchange a lot of ideas on this. Because he had spent time in USA and I had spent time 10 years in Pakistan in industry in manufacturing, in services, and in IT sector. So I was able to give him a lot of insights of how employers think and what would benefit, uh, what design and what structure would benefit to his program. And I think it's really great. Networking is everything, uh, and it's a great platform and forum to be on, to connect with people. It's also good for business. It's also good for skills. It's also good for exchanging knowledge. It's really great.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I think we're getting to the end. Thank you again. Thank you so much for giving us your time and your knowledge. I'm sure everybody learned a lot because I know I did. Um,
Thank you.
we're getting, thank you so much. We're getting to the end. Um, to join CXO, log on to www.cxo.cxoforum.global, and we'll see you at the next episode.
Thank you, Radha.
Thank you so much.